slide in some other classes where I was invited by his guest Ramkanti Prabhu. Anyway, so we should see this kind of examples again and again. So if you consider yourself as a surface water fish, as you can see in the top of the the river or ocean, whatever you may call it, and the fisherman is always waiting to catch the fishes, right? So if you roam around or travel around the surface level, then the fisherman can catch you very easily. Similarly, Maya is roaming around us all the time. Okay, all the time Maya Devi is roaming around us, and if we do not have any shastric knowledge, any scriptural knowledge, then what will happen? Whenever Maya Devi have some allurement or have some provoking things, you're gonna surrender to Maya Devi, and what will happen? Your bhakti life is disturbing, right? It disturbs your bhakti lives. So therefore, it's not a good idea to be in the surface level. So rather, we should be a fish that can go deep in the ocean water, where the net of the fisherman cannot reach, right? So that should be our motivation. We should not be a devotee who is roaming around in the surface level. So in the surface level, we will be very much disturbed by the Maya. But if we go deeper in the ocean of the spiritual bliss, then what we will see there? Of course, the net cannot reach that that point because it is very very deep. And if you go deep in the Shastric study, you will see around you like these jewels, right? So if you get one jewel, then you become a billionaire, right, or something like that. So that don't have very solid, understanding or solid foundation in Shastra, at least Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Shrimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, these books, then it is very, it is highly likely that you will be allured or you will be captivated by Maya. So that's why it is important to understand uh, the Shastric conclusion. Next, please look at this picture, Prabhu. Whenever you drive, I think most of you here have the driving experience back in India or Bangladesh or in Japan. So when you drive, Prabhu, what do you focus on? For example, you're driving near the Pacific Ocean, Enoshima or some other places, okay? And when you drive, you don't focus on driving. Rather, you focus on the scenery near you. So something like a very beautiful beach is over there, and you are not focusing on your driving, and you are focusing on the ocean. So what will happen? You can understand, right? You and your friends or family members, your car, all will go into the ocean, right, Prabhu? Similarly, Maya will always disturb you. Maya is there always. He is like a beautiful scene like this. He will try to captivate you. But if you do not focus on Krishna, if you do not focus on Shastra, what should the Shastric conclusion? If you don't focus on that, then your destination will be hell or the lower planetary system or maybe higher planetary system. And Kino Punne Mortolokang Vishanti, if you have to come back again in this material world. So this is not a good idea, right? So Maya will be always there, but we have to be very, very careful. We have to distinguish like this is good for me and this is not. That is why actually we need Shastric knowledge. I hope you understand. Like, so if you want to be a good driver, then you need knowledge, you need maturity. Otherwise, this ocean will come, this Maya Devi will come, and you cannot control yourself, Prabhu. Okay, so that is the thing. So next slide. Mahaprabhu, he taught us essentially 64 items for bhakti, and then again in nectar of devotion. Mahaprabhu, he summarized these 64, or he actually categorized these five items, the most prominent one. So what are these most prominent one? We should at least practice every day. That is sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, you know, good devotee association is a must for our devotional life, Prabhu, because it is said in the Shastra that bhakta sanjayate bhakti. That meaning that if you do not associate with sincere, oikantic, and very like who wants to be who the devotees who want to be pure in their heart, if you don't associate with them, then I am sorry to say, Prabhu, it's like Shoma Evahi Kevalam. You are wasting your time. Nothing will happen. If you do not associate with sincere devotees, your bhakti life will go on, but it will have no effect. So you need very sincere devotee association, very strict devotee association. Otherwise, nothing will happen. And then the next one is Nama Kirtan. We should do very sincerely every day morning. We should do at least 10 12 rounds, bro. Otherwise, we are just in a garb of a devotee. Like we are in a beautiful, what do you call dress, the devotee dress, but we are just a garbage. So we should do Nama Sankirtan because Mahaprabhu emphasized these, Prabhu, these five items. Okay, so if you you know, don't focus on it, you just become ignorant. That means you are not in the realm of devotion. So be very careful. We have to be emphasized on our daily sadhana, on chanting. And then Bhagavad Shravan. Every day, Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Every day we should read Bhagavatam with our family, our wife, our children. Okay, this is a must, Prabhu. And then Mathura Bash. Prabhupada said, maybe I am out of Brindavan, but I carry Brindavan with me, Prabhu. Prabhupada said that. So even if we are not in Brindavan or Holy Dhams in Bangladesh, but at least our family, our home should be like, it should have that same consciousness, Prabhu. Otherwise, we are just, as I said, we are in a garb of a devotee. We are in a dress of devotee, but actually we are demon. And then Shrimurti Shevana. And every day we should serve the deities. This deity worship is also important. So please remember these five potential forms of bhakti. If somebody asks you, Prabhu, how can I do bhakti? Then please explain him. Then these are the five methods, these prominent methods that you should perform bhakti. Okay, Prabhu. And there's then the next things like why scriptural study is important. So here it is mentioned that our scriptural study should not be intellectual or theoretical. Instead, it should inspire our appreciation for the God. So it should not be a mechanical process, Prabhu. Our scriptural study should not be a mechanical process. Rather, this should increase our appreciation for God. For example, Prabhu, if I discuss about Krishna with His Grace Shantosh Prabhu or Shaji Prabhu or Shamkanti Prabhu, what will happen, if you discuss about Krishna among us, like with me or some other devotees, then you will see your relationship also increased with that particular devotee. So this is how powerful it is. If you want to increase your relationship with your devotee friends, please discuss Krishna Katha with him. Please discuss Shastric knowledge with him. Then you will notice that your relationship with that devotee will increase over time, and you will develop also the appreciation for God. So therefore, we understand the Shastric study. There is no, uh, nothing is, can be equal to it. So every day we should study at least some hours. At least we have some hours for Shastric study, Prabhu. And in this way, if we discuss with other devotees, then we'll notice that your relationship also improving with that devotees because you keep Krishna in the center. That is important. Okay. And the next page it is showing that if we study Shastra very sincerely, that will soften our hearts and it should transform our character. If we remain the same person for 10 years, 20 years, nothing changes. That means something is wrong, Prabhu. You should associate with sincere devotees and sincere, guide who can guide you. Otherwise, You are just, in Bengali it is called mon kola khawa. I am thinking I am a devotee, but I am a demon. And the next page, you can see the understanding of the scriptures is proportional to the attitude which they are studied. So our attitude is important, Prabhu. Which attitude we are studying Shastra? For example, my Guru Maharaj, His Grace Bashishika Prabhu, I heard from devotees and from him also that he he usually does this study before the japa. That means he get up maybe around 3:30 or something, and he studied Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever it is, and he make a very strong point, and then he goes for chanting. So that essentially helps. Okay, so attitude is important. Why Shastric knowledge is important? Because it helps us, in our devotional services and japa and everything. So the attitude is important. And this particular slide is also important, Prabhu. Please, I beg your attention for this. We need actually a spiritual culture in us, because studying Shastra is just the top of this, like Shraddha. Shraddha is essentially the Shastric study. But if you only study Shastra, but you have no care for other four items like sadhana, seva, and sadachar and shanga, then your Shraddha or maybe your scriptural study will not work at all. So you have to culture this special culture in your family, in your with your acquaintances and all. So you need a strong sadhana. That is the point here. Only with scriptural study will not work. You need a strong sadhana. You need good round of japa in the morning, Prabhu. Okay, and then you need service. If you don't serve and only take service, then that will also not help. So we need to serve devotees, and we need to serve our gurus. We need to serve pure devotees, right? And we need Vaishnava etiquettes, Sadachar, and we need good Sangha. We need very, very strong association, Prabhu. Otherwise, we cannot go, forward in the devotional life, Prabhu. So next slide, you can understand. If you only study Shastra with your intelligence, thinking that I am a PhD, I'm a postdoc, or I am very government official, so I can study everything. I don't need any help of any other people because I am very intelligent. But that is wrong. For example, this is a bullet train. You have a bullet train, you have intelligence, but you don't have train track. What will happen, Prabhu? Accident, right? For example, you see here the train is coming, but the track is fragile. So what will happen here? A sure accident will happen, right? So similarly, Prabhu, only our intelligence will not work if you don't follow these five topics. You need sadhana, you need a strong sadhana, you need service, you need sadachar, you need shanga. Very good association. Otherwise, just study, Shastra study will not help at all. And then we'll discuss, actually, I'll not discuss all, but some of them I'll discuss. For a good student of Shastra, one must have these 10 attributes. Okay, so we'll discuss some of them, the most important one. So you can take a screenshot, Prabhu, if you like. So these are the essential points that one should develop in within if he wants to be a good student of Shastra. So first, we'll understand what is devotion and what is intelligence. And there is a wonderful story um, in Mahaprabhu's pastime. There was a Brahmana, and that Brahmana used to cry, and he asked Mahaprabhu that, Mahaprabhu, I don't understand. I cannot read in literature in Sanskrit or any other languages. But my guru asked me that you should study Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And when I open Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I see that Krishna is so much Bhakta Vatshal. He's taking Arjuna, he's driving Arjuna's chariot. And by seeing that, I cry. But I cannot recognize anything. So what shall I do, Mahaprabhu? Please tell me, please instruct me. Then Mahaprabhu said that whatever people understand or realize after studying Shastra, you already have that element in you, that is devotion. You already developed that. So you don't need to study any Shastra anymore. So this is the point. You don't need to be a very good scholar, Prabhu. You don't need to have any PhD. Okay, so but you need very strong faith for Lord, and his devotees and devotion in you. So that way it will help, Prabhu. And the second point is eagerness and sense of urgency. You should understand that we are, we are hovering in this material platform from life after life, from life after life, but we are not happy. So you can see this video. Please have a look. So as you can see here, Prabhu, we are just changing the dress. Okay, so we are just changing the dress, Prabhu. Now, Prabhupada emphasized again and again in his lectures that you should be serious in this human life. Is this very human life is the only chance to go back to Godhead. But if you waste the opportunity, then you are a rascal. So still now, if you're running after the sense gratification, that means Prabhupada said, then means I am a rascal. So this is the golden opportunity, Prabhu. So we have to develop that eagerness in us. Like we have no time. Half of life is finished. The rest of the time I should be very, very serious. Very, very serious. Every moment I shall utilize it for Krishna consciousness, for Krishna service. If we cannot, develop that eagerness, that means I am talking about myself, that means I am a rascal, Prabhu. You all are good devotee, very sincere devotee. But please pray for me, Prabhu. So this is the thing, Prabhu, we should utilize every second for Krishna consciousness. For example, if you see here, Parikshit Maharaj, he had only few days left. But what did he did? He utilized every second. He stopped eating. Why? Because he wanted to concentrate on Harikatha, Krishna Katha. So he developed that eagerness or sense of urgency. So similarly, some of us, we are already approaching 40s, but still we have no taste for japa, we have no taste for harikatha. So this is not a good sign, Prabhu. We should develop this sense of emergency, sense of urgency, Prabhu. And then the next character we want to discuss here is like character and dealings. How should we deal with other people or devotees? Actually, my instructing spiritual master Sripad Monigopal Prabhu, he always says that we should be the same person inside and out. This is very important, Prabhu. No duplicity or no hypocrisy, no pretending nature should be there. Otherwise, if it is there, pretending nature, you are one person in some, in front of someone, some people, and different person in when you are alone. So that is not a good sign. Then you cannot develop in spiritual science, Prabhu. So our good character is very, very important, and we should see other matajis or any other ladies in the eyes, like we should see them as our mother. For example, if you see, this is Shukadev Goswami. You see here this bluish child or bluish, teenage boy. He was walking behind a pool, okay, and some matajis, they were taking bath and they were naked, like no dresses were there. But you see that the matajis, they are not ashamed at all, because they saw that this Shukadev Goswami, he did not distinguish whether they are naked or not. Okay, so this Mahabhagavata, they have only, you know, the only things about Krishna. They have no other, duties. But if you see in the backward, his father, Vyasdev, he was a, he was a grihastha, so he was making some distinction, and the ladies were getting ashamed. So, anyways, the point is here is, and it is described essentially in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you see in a check, you can get there. Like Shukadeva Goswami didn't make any distinction. So, as a good devotee, one should be very, very careful and consider other Matajis as their real mother. So, then in that case, we can purify ourselves, Prabhu. So, our character and dealings should be ideal. Otherwise, if we even if we study Shastra, that will not work. If you can read, but you cannot realize. Okay. And then gratitude. We must be gratitude to our previous acharyas. You know how much hard work they did for us, Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada, he used to sleep only 2 hours. Can you imagine, in 70 years old man, he is sleeping only 2 hours per night. And but Srila Prabhupada was very much angry with some devotees. He was saying, like, I am working so hard for you guys, like I am just sleeping two hours per night, and day after day and night after night I am writing so many literatures, but you are not taking advantage of them, but you are taking advantage of eating and sleeping and meeting and defending. So you will feel restless. Srila Prabhupada has wonderful video on that. I can share later on. So, Prabhu, we should take the advantage of our previous acharyas, like how much hard work they did for us. So that is very important, and we should be grateful to them. Like, if Srila Prabhupada was not there, what would happen with you and me, Prabhu? So we should be very, very grateful them, and we should take advantage of their literatures they have written with so much of painstaking work, Prabhu. So this is important. Like, we should study Shastra with a mode of gratitude, and we must have faith and humility also. If we don't have humility, then essentially we cannot digest whatever we learn from the Shastra. And this is important. Number 6 is being non-envious. So we become envious. If some devotee does something good, we feel envious. Oh, he could did it, but I could not do it. We feel envious. But Krishna very clearly said to Arjuna, Arjun, you are non-envious. That is why you are applicable to get the knowledge of Gita. So Arjun Mahashay, he was non-envious. That's why Krishna could spoke the all knowledge to reveal all the knowledge in Gita. So we have to be non-envious. Otherwise, we cannot realize the Shastric knowledge, Prabhu. And the next part is being having service attitude. There are many devotees, like they only want to take service from other devotees, but they do not have any service attitude. This is a very bad sign. You see here the example of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is given. Jiva Goswami Pad, he used to do the menial service to his uncle. Who was his uncle? Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, right? So he used to do all the very menial service, like cleaning bathrooms, cleaning toilets, and and arranging their rooms, and like this and that, like dust collection or something like that. And he was a menial servant like that. And just by serving his special masters or like his seniors, he became a great acharya. Okay, in Brahma Madhya Gaudiya Sampradaya, this Jiva Goswami Pad. And he becomes so much intellectual, so much talented, that what he did, he collected the tal leaves. Maybe some of you know tal pata, in Bengali we call it. It's like long leaf, and he used to write in one tal leaves, and you cannot write the opposite side because you just write, right? So ink needs some times to be to become dry. So what he did, he started writing. Page 1 he wrote, and page 2 is blank, and he started writing page 3. So how much talent one may need, writing page 1, then page 3, then page 5, and after some time writing page 2 and then page 5. So just by service attitude, this Jiva Goswami Pad, he became a scholar, and he wrote, I heard, like 4 lakhs shloka. So you can imagine. So this is only possible because he had this service attitude. তদ্বিদ্ধি প্রণিপাতেন পরিপ্রশ্নেন সেবয়া উপদেক্ষান্তিতে জ্ঞানম জ্ঞানিন তত্ত্বদর্শিনঃ. So we should do service attitude. So I will stop here, Prabhu. I know you all are busy, and um, tomorrow we have morning job session, and then we have class. So I will stop here, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the Santosh here. It was a very nice class. You explained how the Sastra study is very important. So I have no particular question, but I just want to thank you very, very, very grateful to you because such kind of class and such kind of discussion is rarely required in our devotion service. Otherwise, we just go on and on, and we don't reach Shastra, we don't get deeper and deeper. That your first example of that fisherman and like the surface
Yeah.
fisherman is very important. We
Yes.
have to go really deep. Then only we can will get free vaccines. You will not get caught by such a allurements of material world. So
Material
for
world.
that, you explain very nicely. Like Shastra is very important. That was a very good class. And also you mentioned like in daily life also, like the scientific knowledge will help us to distinguish what is good and what is
Yes,
bad.
exactly.
Otherwise, we can by our mind and by our own understanding, we will try to judge something that is immature. We will spoil the relationship, not spoil our life. So we should have Shastric knowledge, what is right, what is wrong, what our Shastras are saying.
Hmm.
So I like that point. Almost all points are you have made very nicely. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you so
We are
much,
very
Prabhu.
grateful to you. You
Hare
are
Krishna.
inspiring us. You are inspiring person for us. To it's really good. And in your study also you mentioned probably like when we are studying Shastra, we should inspire others. The same thing, whatever you are writing here, you are doing that. So in and out you are saying probably. Whatever you are speaking, whatever you are doing, that is both are same. Hare
So
Krishna. Thank
thank you,
you.
Prabhu. Please pray for me so someday I can become that person. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.